service members who served between 2003 and 2015 are taking action after experiencing hearing problems due to combat earplugs. The earplug...
Eek. That's not good. Yeah. I saw it in the movie theater back when it came out in 87. I was in high school. I'll tell a very brief story about that. I've told it before on this live stream. It's been a while. I was in there watching the movie, and as it progressed and got through the boot camp scene, and then it landed them in the movie in Vietnam, where the girl comes walking up and me so horny. But it immediately takes you into Vietnam from that point in the movie. And this dude somewhere in the theater towards the back started like having flashbacks. It was kind of scary. It was like yelling out things like, yeah, like that dude, like get some and kind of carrying on throughout the scenes. And then started yelling like gooks and that kind of stuff and kill his fucking gooks. And he was yelling stuff. And people were like starting to look around like, what the fuck? I mean, this movie's going on and this dude's back here. And apparently enough people had made an issue about it. And said, hey, this guy's going, he's like doing this in the theater. It's carrying on. It's loud. It's obnoxious. That's been going on since the entirety of the movie. So eventually, I don't know why, but the cops came while the movie's going, and they come in, and you can't help but turn, like look back and like recognize that they got flashlights and that kind of stuff. They're shining them, and from what I know now, it sounds like he was drunk, but he got belligerent with the police officers while he's watching this movie. That took him right back to his late teen years, I'm sure, and traumatized him severely. But he put up a struggle. He put up a fight. And in one very loud moment, everybody heard the Vietnam vet, or not the Vietnam vet, we heard the cop say, he's got my gun. Like the Vietnam vet reached up and grabbed the dude's gun. And the entire movie theater went, I mean, you couldn't have synchronized it any better than after that sound. He's got my gun. You turn around to like go down to the floor and you just see everybody dropping at the same time. It's like everybody became a blanket immediately. And then you heard a struggle, and then you heard what sounded like fist to face. And that's what it was. And this poor Vietnam vet who probably never got properly diagnosed and damn sure never got properly treated was carried out of the movie theater, knocked out with his feet dragging. I remember turning around watching. They were both had an arm, and they were dragging him, and his feet were dragging. They had knocked him out. But, I'll blame that on us as a society not taking care of those vets after they came home. Man, they came home to some bullshit. And our vets nowadays, there was a little bit of a reprieve after the first Gulf War. Our boys came back. They were heroes. But a lot of things happened since then. Fallujah. Look at Fallujah. Look at Benghazi, not even on the war front. This was just an embassy. I mean, there's been some shit that has escalated since that victory under George W. Bush. W. Not Walker Jr., not Junior. That first war that we went in turned out to be okay. It was, that's right when I was in Marine Corps too, boot camp. 2 weeks before I graduated boot camp, they said, we're at war. 2 weeks before I graduated boot camp, they said, we're at war. And that's when all the footage that you saw from CNN, when CNN really got their, they actually, it's what made them a news network, was the footage that they actually did obtain from Baghdad during that incredible bombing. The Operation get in your fucking basement. I mean, I don't know what it was called, but they dropped a lot of shit. And there was a lot of precision pinpoint bombings in that campaign. There were. But to look at it from the skies and look at how it was lit up and look at just, oh my God, look at what is raining down on Baghdad. It should